For the snowman, let's draw 3 spheres. Watch this. We're going to start the head. We're very loosely sketching, okay? We'll just sketch in a circle, a sphere, then I'm going to put this, the next one, a little bit bigger. A little bigger than the first. Just be very loose and sketchy. We can erase that line later. Okay, there's the second one. That's the torso, right? Here's the head. And then, or the abdomen. And then, right here, let's draw the third one. This one's going to be the big giant snowball at the bottom. Now, I don't know if you've ever made a snowball, but they start with just a little tiny snowball the size of your hand, and you roll them and roll them and roll them, and they grow, and pretty soon you put them on top of each other, and they can make these giant, funny, cool snowmen, like Frosty, right? Well, this is going to be Frosty's brother. This is going to be Brosty, brother snowman Brosty. All right, so we start with this sphere. Now let's darken in. You know what? I'm going to put a hat on top. Curve the bottom right here. Following, see this curve? Here's a good example of contour. Why don't you zoom in right there? So we'll start with our hat. Now right there's good. And then I'm going to see I curve this. The hat's going to be sitting right here. So you can make it taper out or taper in. I'll taper it down just a little bit. All right, I'm going to put a foreshortened circle right there. All right. So you can stop right there and you have like a cool little hat. But I'm going to put a rim around it. I'm going to put 2 guide points on the outside. And we'll draw a foreshortened circle. Okay, not to the corner, behind the corner. And that's how I make the hat look like it's really sitting there on the snowman. See that nice foreshortened circle? Okay, there's the top. That's a foreshortened circle. Slant it down, darken it in. It's a couple vertical lines. And look at that. There you go. You got your little hat. Go ahead and pull out just a bit now. What I'm going to do here, right there, is let's draw the snowman's eyes, okay? I'm going to make them facing this way. So I'm going to put one eye a little bit larger, and then this eye gets a little bit smaller. See, this is size. And right, he has little button eyes, right? And then now his nose is going to be a carrot. I'm going to have his nose coming out about like this. If you had colored pencils, you can color that carrot orange if you want. And there's a contour line at the end, curving it around here. And then we'll darken in the sphere. You want to put some hair, you can have a bunch of hair coming out here if you want. The sphere behind here. A little bit of shading underneath the carrot. A little bit of shading there. And then, for the smile, you can put a bunch of little dots. I'm going to actually give him a smile following the contour, same as the hat. Why don't you just zoom in just a bit so we can see here. Right there's good. I'm going to draw the smile curve in here. There he is. Happy snowman. The happy guy. Now let's put the shading. Start to begin the shading. The light, we'll keep it coming from up here. The light, always know where your light's coming from. Or you want to try something? You want to try something really interesting? Let's switch the light this time. Let's have the light coming from this direction. Let's, for all these years, for all these video tutorials, for the 100 lessons you've done, you have completed, the light's been over here, but not today. Look at this. I'm going to cross this out. The light's not going to be coming from this. It's going to be coming from over here. We're going to switch it around. We're going to shake things up a bit. So I'll darken in the body here. Go ahead and you know what? I'll move this up. That's all right. And I'm going to darken in the bottom. Now down here, I'm going to leave a little bit lighter because I'm going to put a bunch of snowballs down here gathered together. Watch this. I'm going to put a bunch of pile of snowball. Put one behind the other. Just do a whole bunch of spheres down here. He's sitting in a pile of snowballs here. Look at all these snowballs. And we'll use overlapping. The near snowball, and even this is sitting in a pile. See this? And then this gets smaller behind there. And then here's one. And then look at it sitting in another pile in itself. Look at all this texture. I love using texture. We're going to create this feel that there's just a whole pile of them back here. And then one back here and back here, overlapping. Now remember, if I go too fast on any of these video tutorials, just all you need to do is to push pause, okay? That's all you have to do on your computer, push pause. Let's curve this. Let's go ahead and draw all these look at this, all these snowballs. Now, I'll put them really piled up behind here. That's a good idea, I like that. I'm gonna put some back here. Look, oh, one of them rolled off by itself over here, look at that. Okay, put a shadow. I'm gonna put, oh, this is a fun one. We gotta put lots of shadows inside beside all these and all the nooks and crannies. You see this? To separate each one of these, and then we'll go back in and we'll blend it more. Like you can take the edge of your pencil. Why don't you zoom in now for me just a bit? Right there's good. You can take the edge of your pencil and you just shade it opposite the light. Oh, look what I did. Look what I did. Look at this. Look. Okay, pull out for me. Look at this. Okay, right, keep going out. Right there. Look at this. The light's supposed to be coming from up here, right? And automatically it starts shading the wrong side of the snowballs. Oops. So I'll come back up to the top. I see how habits die hard. Look at this. I'm going to put the light on the left side. So on this one, we're going to shade over on the right side. It's going to be dark over here, really dark, and it's going to get lighter and lighter as it comes across. Really dark. See that? Isn't that neat? And it gets lighter and lighter. Look at that. I shaded the wrong side down here. Get it really, really dark on the right side. Isn't that neat? And then creating that wonderful illusion from dark to light, dark to light. See, we're blending it. Go ahead, you can zoom in on that, and we'll just move our way down with the light. Keep coming, keep zooming in right there. And what I'll do is I'll shade underneath the carrot nose. Okay, I'm going to shade the left side or the right side. See, I keep getting myself mixed up there. Shading the right side all the way down away from the light. Okay, now there's something I can do too is as I'm blending here, see I'm going to blend it lighter and lighter and lighter and lighter. And then I'm going to use my paper stompy, or you can use your finger, and I'm going to just blend it from dark to light. Nice, smooth it out here. Blend it as it goes across. Blend it from dark to light. Isn't that a wonderful shading practice one right there? Look at little snowman. There he is. Here's Frosty's brother. Now I'm going to move it up and let's keep working out. Remember, our light's coming from over here. Keep that in mind. Don't forget, like I did. And what I'll do is you can use a little piece of your pencil lead too if you want, like that. Or you can just use the edge of your pencil like this. That works too. But I'm going to put a dark shadow under his neck, under his chin, all the way from here. Nice and dark. See that? It really sets that apart. And then I'll go right up to the edge of that second giant snowball that makes up his abdomen. All the way over here, his belly. There's his belly button over here. Let's give him a belly button. Woohoo! Give him a belly button. All right. Lighter and lighter. You ever give your characters voices when you draw? I bet you do. All the way around here. And then I'm going to make it really dirty. You know what? Sometimes when you're shading, it's easier if you twist and you turn your paper right here. Watch this. I'm going to get really dark here. I'm going to shade it. No, keep in mind where my light's coming from, which lights are coming from that direction down there. So, but it's easier for me to twist my pencil and to get a really dark undershadow if I turn my paper. A little more control. So you can try this too if you want. Go ahead and pull back and let's take a look at that now. How it's shaping up right there is good. And a little more blending. Okay, zoom in just a bit so we can go back into the middle to blending. Keep coming in. Right there's good. Now I'm going to blend it now from dark to light as it moves around here. Nice and dark, lighter and lighter. Blend, blend, blend. I love that undershadow. Isn't that undershadow neat how it separates all these different snowballs to create our cool snowman? Here's Frosty. Take your finger and you blend it with your finger. You can blend it with your paper stomp. Now down here, down at the bottom of all these, take your pencil and remember where the light's coming from. Don't do what I did right here and do the wrong side. In fact, look at this. I'm going to take my, oops, where is my eraser? Oh, there it is. Can you hand me that? Get my trusty, cool Jesse cameras extraordinaire. Now, look at the lights. The light's up here. So look, I'm going to fix this right here. Get my click eraser. I love my click eraser. I'm going to just clean it up just a bit. Now, let's shade on the correct side where the light's coming from. Look at this. The sun's coming up here, coming down. So what I'll do is I'll shade each of these little, and I'll put a shadow, cast shadow on the ground. Oh, look at, I got to reverse the cast shadow. Look at the cast shadow's over on this side. Oops. I'll just, you know what I'll do is I'll put another sphere there. Ah, look at, I faked it, and see that? I made it work. Okay, I'm going to put a little bit of shadow on this side, on this side, on this side. A little shadow on here, on this side, opposite. Go ahead and pull back, and we'll take a look at this as I blend the whole thing opposite the light. Isn't that nice? Just touch it with your finger. And we have Frosty. Frosty's brother, the snowman, the snow brother here. Cool. Here, take a look at this cool snowman in my book, The Imagination Station, Mark Kistler's Imagination Station. This is on page 188. But look at, we shaded the opposite side, but I put the Big Mama right here. And here's the little junior, and here's Big Mama's snowman. He has a tie, you can zoom in and take a look at it. Isn't that fun? Look at the near ice larger, that size, and it gets smaller. Cool. All right, let's go back to our drawing. I like it. Look at that. Our light was coming there and we switched it. Way to go. Excellent job on the snowman with blended shading. I'll see you on the next lesson. Yeah.